First, let's take a look at what Title IX actually is, what it says, and why it's made such an impact. Keeping the language broad and simple actually allowed for more far-reaching change.
It was so critical that the word activity was one of those 37 words in the legislation, because that's how we've been able to make sure that there's equity when it comes to women's sports.
37 words, and 50 years later,
Senior captain, number 10, Britta Nixon.
She's one of us. She's part of the family.
The sports scene in our country is completely different and continues to progress.
Women's athletic participation has increased 400% at the college level and 600% at the high school level just between the years 1971 and 1978. So it really opened doors for huge numbers of women, and we continue to see the results of this.
Title IX protects people from discrimination based on sex, which includes sexual orientation and gender identity in education programs or activities that receive federal financial assistance. Something one legendary local volleyball coach says can benefit a student's entire well-being.
Girls in particular are, they have an advantage in being healthier mentally and obviously physically and emotionally, and the participation keeps them, safe in so many ways in their lives that that just doesn't happen if they're not participating in some of these extracurricular activities. So health-wise, it's just this huge benefit. But again, going back to how it prepares them to be leaders in the community, in their profession, or at home in their families.
The History Channel says Title IX helped decrease the high school dropout rate of girls and increase the number of women pursuing higher education and college degrees. The wait for equality required patience. Collegiate women's basketball in our state dates back to the late 19th century, but it wasn't until almost 6 decades after the NCAA was founded that it appointed a special committee on women's competition. 8 years after that, Title IX became law.
We are here to tell them that every single major issue of this country is a women's issue because we are human beings and we're entitled to be heard.
Congresswoman Patsy Mink of Hawaii was the major author and sponsor of the law. She fought for gender and racial equality. And according to the Women's Sports Foundation, Title IX has created 3 million new high school sports opportunities for girls since 1972. The NCAA holds championships for men's and women's athletics across 3 divisions.
To our Cougar legends, we stand on the shoulders of giants.
Thanks to those who fought for change, those 37 words have opened doors and changed Washington sports forever.
So many women paved the way for others, and the Washington Interscholastic Activities Association, or the WIAA, is naming them to honor this 50th anniversary of Title IX. They're recognizing game-changing women of the past and those in the middle of blazing trails. We'll feature several tonight, starting with Dr. Hannah Owings Olsen. She played 3 sports at Liberty High School before playing at the University of Virginia. She's now Program Administrator of the University of Washington's Center for Leadership in Athletics. Owings Olsen is also behind an initiative that offers young female coaches an opportunity for growth.